About yesterday, we again hear the American President Donald Trump specifically threatened to take control with Greenland, which is a territory belonging to the Kingdom of Denmark. This time he says he would like to annex Greenland. So I wonder, what are your thoughts on this? What are your comments? Also in the light of this being a clear violation of international law, if he would actually do that, and also a direct challenge to a territory belonging under the European Union. Thanks.
We have expressed our clear position on this issue. The EU will continue to uphold the principles of national sovereignty, territorial integrity and inviolability of borders and the UN Charter. These are universal principles, and we will not stop defending them, all the more so if the territorial integrity of a member state of the European Union is questioned. So the European Union fully supports the Kingdom of Denmark.
Have you got some information about the result of negotiation in Moscow? Maybe American partners shared some details, data, how they are going to communicate, to cooperate with the EU in this regard, and Ukrainian partners?
No details to be shared by us in this regard. We have our position on Ukraine and the full support that Ukraine has. We have also issued a statement on behalf of the High Representative, welcoming also the talks between the US and Ukraine in Saudi Arabia. And we have highlighted that it is very important to have a proposal of a ceasefire as an important step in the direction of a comprehensive, just and lasting peace.
Time for an Affairs Committee from the Czech Senate demanding to hold a new election.
Indeed, we have shown through our unity that sanctions work. We have adopted an unprecedented set of sanctions. We had 16 sanction packages. We're working on the 17th package right now, and also just today we had also a further unanimous decision to prolong the existing sanctions for those responsible for undermining or threatening the territorial integrity, sovereignty and independence of Ukraine for another 6 months. Now, when it comes to timing, we will not be able to disclose any of this, and also, again, as said yesterday, will not engage into if scenarios, but we know very well that our sanctions are working, they are biting and crippling Russia's economy, and this is exactly the intended effect, because what we want to achieve with this is to ensure that Ukraine is strong and Russia doesn't have the money and the fuel to put in his war machine.
Good, Anita. Any other question to Anita?
We have made it clear that we want the US to immediately revoke the tariffs they have already imposed and to desist from imposing further ones, because they don't benefit them, they don't benefit us, they don't benefit consumers, they don't benefit companies, they don't benefit anyone. We should be working to build the EU-US trade relationship, which is by any measure the strongest in the world, not weaken it. But just maybe as an additional point that can be of interest, the European Commission always, when it comes to protecting our economic sectors that are the targets of unfair trade measures, we always take every possible step to protect them, to support them. We have tools at our disposal should they become necessary.
Just to follow up in that case, all of these tools...
Removing the uncertainty and restoring, a little bit of certainty, a little bit of sanity to economic and trade relations with the US, which of course will have a beneficial impact on also global trade. So I'm not going to go into specifics about different sectors beyond what I've already said. We stand ready to respond as necessary. Our interest is in defending our industries, defending our consumers. We believe the best way to do that is to take these tariffs off the table completely and get back to building the EU-US trade relationship rather than tearing it down. But, as the President said the other day, it takes two to tango.
Now we can change the subject.
It's about the discussion on the Iranian nuclear program conducted by Russia and China, and the contacts between the United States and Iran via some other intermediaries. My question is, what is your assessment? Do you have any conclusion of these talks? A bit far from the European Union. Do you think that, do you believe that the European Union role is today still relevant in dealing with the Iranian nuclear program? Thank you.
We take note of the trilateral meeting between China, Iran and Russia, who are participants of the Iran nuclear deal under the UN Security Resolution 2231. I will recall here what the HRVP has said at the UN Security Council this week, insofar as the constant expansion of nuclear program by Iran fully contradicts Iran's own commitment as endorsed by the Resolution 2231. At the same time, there is no sustainable alternative to a diplomatic solution. On our side, as EU, we continue to keep channels open in view of a diplomatic solution. That's what we can say at this stage. Thank you.
Today or these days or these weeks, you have the channels for communication are open between European Union and Iran on the nuclear issue?
What I can say at this stage, Nordin, is that contacts with Iran are taking place.
Question? No. Well, we have one online question from